In this video, we will show you how to replace your front ABS sensor on this Ford Fusion. This will be located inside of your front wheel well. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we have to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground. Now once you've done that, we'll continue on with removing all 5 of our 19mm lug nuts and then the wheel. Now that we have the wheel out of the way, we have a clear view of our ABS wire. You'll find that this ABS wire does make its way up and behind the fender liner. The good news is you do not need to remove the entire fender liner to gain access to the connector, but we will have to make our way behind this area. Now to gain access to this, we will have to remove this one push clip. To do this, you can use a flathead screwdriver or a trim tool. You want to remove the center portion to unlock it. Once you've done so, you typically can slide the outer portion out. There's the inner portion, and the outer portion. If they did happen to come apart, you can typically just slide them back in, but leave it in the unlocked position. Now we can take hold of this and carefully start pulling it away. At this point, we can continue on to disconnecting our electrical connector. For this, it does have a locking tab right where my thumb is. Squeeze that in and separate this. Go ahead and give that wiring harness a quick inspection. Make sure you don't see any funny colors. If you do, it's corrosion and that would need to be dealt with. This one looks fine, so we'll set the wiring harness aside. Let's make our way up in here. You will find that you have 2 mounting points for this. Just break that free. Continue following that wiring down. There we are. In this area, we'll be using an 8mm. Let's remove this mounting bolt. Quick inspection of that bolt. Now we can follow this wiring along the front of the steering knuckle. Now we can make our way along the front of the knuckle here. We're going to remove this 10mm headed mounting bolt. Quick inspection. Take hold of that ABS wire, give it a wiggle. We're trying to separate the bracket here. Should want to slide right out. Perfect. Now we can follow this back around the front. At this point, we'll find where the ABS sensor connects to the wheel knuckle. Use your 10mm, remove this bolt. Keep in mind this is the last thing holding the sensor in place. Remove that mounting bolt. Let's take hold of that sensor, give it a little wiggle here, and we'll start pulling it out of place. There it is, friend. The next thing we'll want to do is clean up the mounting point. Use a wire brush or some sandpaper. Let's give that a quick inspection. All right, let's get ready to install our brand new front ABS sensor. We'll bring this over and slide it into position, aligning our mounting bolt hole. When you bring this down, not only are we aligning the mounting bolt hole, but you also have one tiny alignment pin that will fit into this hole. Let's go ahead and align each of those 2 areas. They should slide right in. Now we'll continue on with our 10mm headed mounting bolt. Snug it up. Let's torque that to 17 foot-pounds. Let's bring this over. We'll get it aligned. Start in your 10mm headed mounting bolt. We'll bottom this out and torque that to 17 foot-pounds as well. Make our way on the other side here. Continue on with our 8mm headed bolt. Start this one in, snug it up, torque it to 62 inch-pounds. Now we can make our way back up and in behind the fender liner. Let's take this and press it in position. We have our 2 locking tabs that are on our ABS wire. Go ahead and bring that up and lock it into position. Press it in, listen for a click from both of these areas. You want to ensure that this is secured. Otherwise, the ABS wire could potentially get damaged. Continue on to reconnecting your ABS connector. We'll take this and slide it into position and lock it in. Listen for a little click from that. Give it a nice tug to make sure it's secured. You do not want an ABS light. At this point, we can take that fender liner, put it back in its original position, and continue on with our 1 push clip. As far as the push clip, you want to ensure that it is in the unlocked position. We'll take that and press it in by the outer portion and lock it in with the center. Let's get the wheel on here. At this point, we'll start on all of our 19mm lug nuts, bottom them out, get the wheel safely back on the ground, and then you can torque each one of these to 100 foot-pounds. With the wheel back on the ground, we'll be torquing these in a crisscross manner. Torqued.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.